Azure DevOps for business analysts? Yes, that's right. Azure DevOps is absolutely one of those tools that you need to know and master as a BA. And why should you care? Because this tool is tremendously popular and it often replaces Jira as a tracker of choice in many organizations. So if your company or project starts using it, but if you're new and you don't know where to get started, stay tuned. Because in this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 things that you need to know about Azure DevOps to get started today. Make sure to stick around till the end because I'm also going to show you how to get access to your very own personal training sandbox, absolutely free. Are you ready? Let's dive right in. Hi, I'm Sergey Shimansky, and on this channel, I teach business analysts how to take ownership of their careers and live a happy professional life. If you're here for the first time, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the new videos that I publish on this channel. Thank you. Azure DevOps has been around for quite some time and is widely used by many organizations as their preferred project management tool. There are several reasons that make it so popular, but there are 3 top ones. First, there are plenty of built-in integrations with other enterprise platforms like Microsoft Office Suite, GitHub, and various CI/CD pipelines. Second, the way that backlog and sprint management is implemented makes it almost ideal for agile projects, and we'll take a closer look at those backlog and sprint management capabilities later in this video. And third, there are extensive customization options, which means that projects and organizations can tailor Azure DevOps to their specific needs. They may implement custom workflows, ticket types, and so on. Now, with all that popularity comes a growing demand for business analysts and product owners that know how to use Azure DevOps effectively. However, there are not so many training materials especially tailored for BAs and POs. So, in this video, I want to give you a quick head start. I will only give you 3 things, yes, just 3, that will absolutely boost your confidence as a BA or product owner working with Azure DevOps. Okay, you ready? These 3 things are backlog management, organizing your backlog into epics, features, and user stories. Sprint management, planning your upcoming sprints with user stories. And boards, tracking your sprint progress and managing your work on stories for the upcoming sprints. Before we proceed, a quick disclaimer. Azure DevOps is a highly customizable platform. For the purpose of this video, I have set up my project using Agile settings. This configuration is available to your organization's admin. However, the overall principles that I'll be describing will apply to the majority of other setups as well. There's a lot of flexibility in how you organize your product backlog in Azure DevOps. Typically, you start by creating epics. These are large-scale chunks of functionality, significant pieces of work that your team will implement over many sprints. For example, things like checkout, shipping, or order management. Then, for these epics, which represent large pieces of functionality, you can add features. Features are smaller and more specific, like international shipping with FedEx or checkout using Apple Pay. They're still large and hold significant business value, but with a more granular focus. Finally, for every feature, you'll want to create user stories, the smallest elements of work that your development team will handle. Let's look at a sample product backlog here. For example, if we take shipping as an epic, underneath it, we might have a feature like international shipping with FedEx. For this feature, you could also create user stories such as choose FedEx at checkout, track FedEx shipment status, and receive shipment notifications from FedEx. Does that make sense? One thing that I absolutely love about Azure DevOps is how easily you can change the view of the backlog. You can choose to focus on the high-level items like epics or include epics and features, or even view the entire hierarchy, epics, features, and user stories in one concise view. Personally, I find this hierarchical display very much intuitive, much more intuitive than in Jira. Additionally, for individual tickets like user stories, you can, of course, drill down and see more details such as the acceptance criteria, release version, implementation notes, links to other stories or epics, and much more. Hey, if you're with me so far and what I'm saying makes sense, hit that like button. And by the way, If you'd like additional guidance on how exactly you can define epics, features, and user stories, and how you can tell one from another, I have another video on my channel. It will pop up somewhere right here. Make sure to check it out. Let's move on. Another great thing about Azure DevOps is, of course, the sprint management capabilities. And I absolutely love how it's simple and to the point. Once you get to the sprints view, by default, you see the scope of your current sprint. All the user stories sit in scope with their titles, statuses, and other attributes. This is all visible in the backlog view. And this view is highly customizable. For instance, you can add more columns to have a more detailed view or filter out only tickets in a specific status. But to get more detailed information about your sprint, you need to go to the task board. In the task board, you now see much more intel about where exactly in the workflow your user story is. Is it in active development, testing, deployment, or maybe PO review? And of course, who's doing what, the assignments, and so on. As you can see, for a single user story within a sprint, we may create various implementation subtasks. Let's say it's some backend work, or API integrations, or front-end work required within the scope of this user story, and we can track it all in this view. You can also configure this view to show additional information like story points or priority in these story cards. In addition, you can filter your view by the assignee or ticket statuses, so it's very, very powerful. To switch around your sprints, or as they call it in Azure DevOps, iterations, you simply change your target iteration in the drop-down in the top right corner, and your view changes right away to another sprint. Now, one important note for those of you familiar with another popular tool, and of course I'm talking about Jira here, adding new sprints in Azure DevOps is not like it is in Jira, where basically all your sprints are listed one by one. In Azure DevOps, to add sprints, you actually have to go to Project Settings, then Project Configurations, and there you manage your iterations. You add new, remove existing, change start and end dates, and so on. So it's all happening in the project settings, not in your sprints view. Okay? Makes sense so far? And by the way, tell me in the comments if you've worked with Azure DevOps yourself and what do you think about it? I'm really curious to hear from you. Let's move on. The boards in Azure DevOps are simple but very powerful. Using boards, you can get a quick overview of your team's progress, whether you're looking at the development team or your BA team. Let's say you're a lead business analyst working on user stories for the upcoming sprint, and you want to understand your readiness status for those user story specifications. You can do it using boards that show your stories for the upcoming sprints along with their statuses and individual assignments. You can also drill down into specific epics and understand your readiness with stories within a particular epic across various sprints. Additionally, you can customize the statuses or columns in this board to provide greater granularity of your workflow. And I absolutely love how you can assign tickets in real time and change their statuses by simply moving them into various columns that represent statuses. Oftentimes, boards are used by the delivery manager who needs to oversee the overall picture of the project, but they may also be used by the lead business analyst to balance the workload of individual BAs on the team. Who's working on what? Which epics are currently being defined by your business analyst, and the statuses of respective specifications for those epics or user stories. The boards in Azure DevOps are very powerful, but simple to configure. You should absolutely check them out and try them yourself. Now, if this all sounds and looks exciting, and you really want to try Azure DevOps yourself, but you don't know where to get started, here's the best news. Azure DevOps actually has a free plan so you can create your own individual training sandbox. Go to azure.microsoft.com to see all the details and the current plans that they have to offer. At the time of recording of this video, you can get up to 5 users for free under the basic plan. This plan includes functionality for managing the backlog, sprint planning, and boards, everything you need to get started with Azure DevOps for your software development project. Simply follow the link in the description of this video to see detailed information about the basic plan to start for free today. Hey friend, as my way of saying thank you for watching this video, I want to invite you to a free Azure DevOps webinar specifically designed for business analysts and product owners. We'll dive into these and other topics in much more detail, and we'll explore specific use cases for how you can get started with Azure DevOps. Sign up today using the link in the description of this video. Now tell me, what do you think about Azure DevOps as a backlog management tool? Or maybe you're on the team that uses it, then have you tried it yourself and what do you think about it? I would love to hear from you. I'm Sergey Shimansky, and if you found this video useful, make sure to like it and share it with someone who is looking to get started with Azure DevOps. They will highly appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video where I will walk you through my top 5 use cases for using Jira. I'll see you there in a second.